Oh, hi there. Good to see you all again. Let's move some things around here. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Scooch on in. Oh, I opened my email. It might screw things up a little bit. Hang on a sec. There you go. Alright, so today we're gonna look at the last hero of our Fleetswake campaign, Zorbu. Gnome, Ranger Gnome. Gnomic Ranger? How do you... How do you say Orcish? Or Elven? Or Dwarven? Or Gnomish? Gnomes? He's got no specializations. How's that work? Anyways, so Zorbu here grew up in a small village on the slopes of the mountains south of Yartar. Lived a typical gnomish childhood, tinkering with toys, pulling pranks on unsuspecting neighbors, and exploring the woodlands covering the mountains in the company of a local dwarf ranger, Galor Rockshield. Neato. One night, an army of drow and their minions descended upon the village in force. Galor saved Zorbu's life, but many others were killed, including Zorbu's parents. From that day forth, Zorbu trained under Galor as a ranger, vowing revenge upon the drow and any who claim allegiance to them. Cunning and imaginative, Zorbu makes use of his tinkering skills to wield an impossibly large crossbow called Thunderbolt. It's as big as he is. Alright, so since they didn't load, and I will make a video about how to use him well, we'll go over his specs and upgrades later on. Today we'll just look at, of course, how to unlock him using just the core champions, because I guess because they're intro videos, I suppose. Whatever. Now I'm just gonna start rambling. So, as per the usual, let's get some gold. We got some specializations on the screen, and then we'll go over what we got. Okay, so we come back in around level 34. At level 34, it's at it. We're not around it. We've got with 6 champions. Waiting on Misk. He's a little bit pricey still. Yeah, a little bit. I'll grab those levels real quick. Ashara, we're gonna wait on her specialization for the boss. Regular level there. So what do we got for formation here? 2, 2, 3, and 3. I'll start going over this at the beginning too, I guess. I don't know how I want to do these all the way yet.
But I need to start doing them so I can figure it out.
Don't steal my ideas. No, it's fine, I don't care. There's evidence that I failed at it first if you do, so yeah, feel free. Anyways, let's go over these specializations. I have to stop rambling at you. So for Brenner, because we're you know what? I think we can do it. We'll probably do it with just the 6 or 7 characters. There's a good chance. Well, no, I'm gonna go static. It's easier that way. Just the permanent upgrade, 100%. It's less overall, but we're only gonna get stuck at a boss, I think, and so the stacking will be less applicable than I would like. And then with Celeste, I could put her in the back row, but then I lose her. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. We'll go for her specialization. We're gonna increase damage, and then Calliope makes up the difference there. And then what we'll end up doing is making that switch because Ashara is way stronger. Jarlax will stay here for now, just because he can kill as many guys as he can. So he stays my primary damager until you have to make a change depending on boss or enemies or whatever. So he'll stay there damaging. Ashara will be there damaging. I'll wait for her specialization until we get to the boss. The question is going to be, since I can't afford the third one, this is going to be between humans and the elves and dwarves. And I'm going to go with humans, because last time I think I went elves and dwarves right away. and did that fight with the boss. And then so this time I'll do humans and do that fight with the boss. And then we'll kind of see in practice which one is actually better. Yeah, so I think that, yeah, and then so standard formation construction, you've got Nayeli and Calliope in front and behind, respectively, of a primary damaging row, which holds Brunner and said primary damager. So that currently is Jarlaxle and Ashara, and you've got Celeste in the back, applying a damage bonus to those two damagers. And now Minsk has showed up and hanging out. Heyo! Alright. So let's get to there. Here we, oh, well, I mean almost here. We're just before the boss. I want to have most of this stuff done before we get there, so the fight can go as naturally as possible. Alright, so quick, Nayeli. We're gonna go Oath of Vengeance. I know, cat! Jarlaxle. I'm gonna use humans, so I'm gonna pick Master of Piracy for the next handful of levels. Calliope will go College of Valor for the bonus damage. And then Ashara, I'm gonna go with humans, so I'm gonna pick humans. And we'll level that up. Okay, we'll let that sit. The longer you let it sit, the more gold you get. Not by a ton, but every little bit helps. Okay, so now I'm gonna want to have. Oh, can I not? I made the move late. Oh, I made the move late. I want to have Minsk in this row instead of. There you go. Okay, so what we got here for formation. Minsk is gonna help clear up the guys in front. Because he hits, I think, whoever is closest, and he hits everybody around them. So he'll work on that as best as he can. And the Ashara, with the multiple bolts, is going to hit potentially minor enemies spawning, the boss for health damage there, and the tentacles to keep those away. The idea here is that I know, girl. I'm almost finished. Yeah. Okay, you just wait a minute, okay? Yeah, 2 minutes. Okay. You want to come say hi too? Yeah, no, of course not. Just want to interrupt all the time. God. Okay, so let's just a real quick go over here while everybody's sitting where they're at. The other thing that could also be done is putting Hitch there, but he does less damage. The only reason you would put Hitch there for a boss like that is for one of his specializations, it adds an extra hit to his attack. So I think you end up having him hitting 2 or 3 people every time he attacks. I don't know what it gets up to. And so that's nice, because then he works very much like Ashara. But that only matters if you have the gold for it, and I do not. So the idea behind the party here is you use Jarlaxle for gold find until you get up there, and to help keep the enemy clear of the screen clear enemies. And then for the boss, you're going to switch out to Minsk to help keep down on enemies, and Ashara for the multiple attacks, or multiple bolts per attack. And then for damage bonuses, you've got, as I mentioned, Nayeli and Calliope using their damage bonuses on the center column. You've got Celeste buffing my 2 damage dealers, Ashara and Minsk. Brunner, again, much like Calliope and Nayeli, is buffing that whole center column again. Jarlaxle's just hanging out because he's a damager and a gold finder, not a supporter. And Hitch, as he is only level 1, is also... no, he is... Oh yes, he is also just hanging out, although he does trigger as a 4th human for Nayeli's Bond ability, although I don't know if that matters just yet. You need this Paragon one. I don't know what level you get it at. Again, that's one that only matters, we'll talk about later, when there's the gold for it, or if it's a guide for Ishara. Anyways, I think this has gone on too long. I've talked about too many things that don't really need to be in here. We'll work on that for the next ones. Promise. I don't want these to be this bad, you know? But I won't get better unless I do them, so I need to do them to get better. Sorry. Sorry. Anyways, that being said, I will see you in the next video. And I think in the next one, I'm going to go over my general playthrough with my main file, where I have all of the champions unlocked, and I have way too much gold find. Because that party changes a couple of times as you roll through, but with all of the variety and different abilities and whatnot. But anyways, I'll get into that another time. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, it'd be nice. It'd be cool if this... That'd be cool, I'd appreciate it. It'd help me turn this into an actual channel. Anyways, I see you next time.